this. You can keep the change.
Excuse me, miss. I get another rum and coke.
Like she's some kind of whore. Do you have any idea what I had to do to regain my composure?
You know what? It probably wasn't that difficult. You haven't shown any emotion since we got back together. Nothing.
Would you mind turning off the TV?
As for my affairs, those are your damn business. It hasn't been since the day you checked out on.
What you writing? I'm sorry, I hope you don't mind. I just need to get off my feet for a minute. My name's Audrey.
Nice to meet you.
You know, I see you in here all the time, always writing in that journal. What's your name?
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude, but I don't want to be bothered right now.
Well, I figured since you're the only one in here, and since you asked me to turn off my only entertainment, that you wanted to talk to me.
Far from it.
Why come here then?
Excuse me?
Why come to a place that's designed for being social?
You think bars are places for social interaction?
Yeah, I do. All day long I talk to people about their lives and watch them socialize.
I've seen how they interact with each other. They grunt to acknowledge the story of one another. They yell at the TV screen for a team to win or lose. You watch them get angry over a small miscommunication, and they become arrogant and belligerent with one another.
Are you sure we're talking about the same place? I don't see that happening here.
This place, that place, you pick. They're all the same.
But what about that couple? They were happy.
He's taking her someplace else to sweet talk her into drinking a little bit more. Don't you think she's likely to be more receptive if she's a little bit liquored up?
Oh, well, I guess I'm just a little less cynical than you are. You certainly are an interesting character. What'd you say your name was?
I didn't. Look, would you mind leaving me alone? It's my last night in town, and I wanted it to be a quiet night.
Traveling, huh? So why this one?
Come again?
If you want to be alone, why this bar? You could probably go home and drink. In fact, it'd probably be a hell of a lot cheaper.
Home is the last place I want to be right now.
Why's that?
I feel oppressed by my surroundings. Like the walls are closing in, like I'm a prisoner of my belongings. And my neighbors, god-awful people. They make Led Zeppelin seem like Joan Baez. I just figured Tuesday night's a quiet enough night to go out and have a quiet night. You're not leaving without a name, are you?
Not without at least a name.
My name is Carl.
Oh, see? That wasn't so hard. What do you do, Carl? What keeps you writing in that journal all the time?
I'm a writer. Not a very good one, I'm afraid.
Anything I would have heard of?
I wrote Continental Courage and Exodus and Dust. I'm currently working on a collection of essays in another book.
Is that why you're skipping town?
My agent lives in New York, and he figures he can sell me better if I'm there. And in this business, you have to make concessions if you want to survive.
Oh, that sounds like fun. I'm sorry I've never heard of them. What are they about?
You don't have to pretend to be interested. I'm sure you need to be doing other things.
But I am interested. Besides, what am I going to do? I'm providing you with world-class customer service.
Did you just come up with that?
No, hell no. I stole it from some retail clerk that used to come in here all the time. See, that's a good thing about this place. I get little bits here and there. And then in the end, people think I know a lot about everything.
And do you?
I know a little about a lot of things. But you're not getting off that easy. What do you write about?
I read about the human condition, about the strength and courage to overcome any obstacle. In the end, I just want people to connect to my writings.
Sounds like something I'd like to read.
It's all lies, every bit of it.
Why do you say that? You wrote them.
Yes, and that's why I can make that statement.
Why discount your work?
I'm not discounting, I'm being truthful. Do you know there's no such thing as love?
Sure there is.
How do you know it to exist?
I've been in love before.
And where did that get you? Do you have a husband? Do you have any children?
I'm single, but I've been in love with a man before.
Are you still in love with him?
I don't think that's any of your business.
You don't have to tell me. I know how it ended. Love ended in pain for you.
What about my parents? I love them more than I loved him.
It's a lie. You love your parents. When did you last call them? How often do you visit? When was your last meaningful conversation with them? You know, I loved a woman once. A few of them, really. But there was one loved above all others. Do you know how that ended? There was no fairy tale ending. I couldn't give her what she needed, and she couldn't give me what I needed. I made the mistake of sharing my journal with her. Do you know what that's like? To share your most intimate and vulnerable thoughts with another human being? It frightened her. That and my constant attention. You want to know what I wrote in my journal?
Yeah.
True love is not laughing, holding, loving, or caring. That's love. True love is putting up with the unadorable with a smile and still loving. To me, that's love. I reject that. Why do you have to know pain to know happiness?
I don't know, so you'll know how good you have it? Maybe if you don't know how bad it can be, you don't know how good it can be either.
Bullshit. I reject a world that requires me to know pain to know happiness. A world that requires us to know suffering to appreciate health. A world where we can't sin in this life and hope for an eternal life in the next world. I reject all of that. Do you really buy into all that crap?
No, I never really thought about it. I remember being told that when I was a kid. It just kind of seems like the way things are.
And that's when they'll do it to you. They brainwash us into thinking that you have to know this pain, this experience. Why do I have to know that there's children starving to death in third world countries? The knowledge of their suffering brings me no joy, only torture. And why do we have to watch our friends and family suffer to appreciate our own health? Can we not be content with the fact that we're healthy? To be full, to be spiritual? No. And if this sick world requires me to be like that, I don't want any part of it. And if there is a God, I reject him too, for creating this type of suffering. What type of father creates pain and suffering just so his children will dream of happiness? Even the American dream, it's a lie. They preach life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness. The pursuit of happiness. They don't guarantee the happiness.
You think you're the only one suffering. You know, I tried going to college. You know how hard it is to do this in school? The late nights here don't exactly lend themselves to the kind of time I need for classes. I'm lucky if I'm not groped 10 times a day by random assholes showing off to their friends. Do you get treated like a piece of meat? Try smiling to some prick who just pinched your ass in order another round of shots for his buddies. And who's gonna care, huh? The boss? He's hardly here. And when he is, the prick is a paying customer. And I'm relying on him to tip me enough to cover the cost of my dinner for the night. And I'll have you know, I have met some nice people in here. Like that couple. You think the worst of everybody, and you failed to see the love in his eyes and hers. They wanted a quiet, out-of-the-way place that was public enough to share their love. And you think everybody is out to get everybody else, and you think you've got it bad. Well, wake up. You're leaving here for greener pastures, something most people in this city do not have. At least you make enough money, you don't have to struggle to just survive. I'm sorry, I should have said all that.
No. Forgive me. I shouldn't have unloaded like that and brought all this up.
Let me get us a drink. What should we drink to?
To compassion, love, and happiness. Bless those who still believe in them. I should go. I'm so sorry to have bothered you. I bet you didn't think the night would end up like this.
No, I didn't think this would happen tonight.
Hey. Let me buy you a cup of coffee. To make it up to you, I don't want you to think I'm a complete asshole.
Too late.
Sorry. I should be going.
No. It's just... I'll have to close up shop early. Let me get my things.
Hey, are you guys still open? The sign says you're gonna close in a couple hours.
Sure am. Yeah, come on in. Make yourself comfortable. What can I get you to drink?
Alright. Yeah, 3 brewskis, please.
I'm gonna take off. Here. Keep the change.
Jesus, the guy just left $100 bill.
I would hate to have his hangover in the morning.
Shit. Hey, doll, would you be a sweetheart and turn the TV on for us? Jesus, I'd buy that for $1, huh, guys? Oh, shit. Hurry up.
Call having that conversation. Hell, I would love to remember our conversations. I mean, all I could remember was the sound of my voice while my money was being spent twice as fast. You know, and me pleading with you to banter with me.
Then why come back?